So while I refresh my mind and recap what I was going to like speak of, I did want to talk about Janet Jackson. That was the one topic that I had that I was gonna start my pie with. So yeah, while this trailer plays.
This is my story, told by mine, not through someone else's. This is the truth.
Yeah, I don't know how excited I was when I heard about this, but
Never to hate again. This is me.
the documentary dropped over the weekend, and there was a lot of stuff in that documentary that I had no idea, and I knew of Janet being dating or being married to one of the Departs brothers, sisters, whatever, one of the Departs, and I knew Jermaine Dupri, but I didn't know of this dude Renee. So I guess you learn something, or it wasn't. I mean, I guess I was a kid growing up, so like I didn't really care and pay attention to that. I just loved the music. So the whole era, the eras of Janet that I was here for. I mean, I was here. I was around. I was around Rhythm Nation, but like my intro into Janet, I believe it was Designer of the Decade. My sister had that album, so that's how I got the hits. Um, and then I remember, yeah, I think all of the songs that's on the Designer of the Decade album was like what I was most familiar with. So I guess that era of Renee did it. So it probably was over by the time I was like really like Michael, Janet, Brandy, Nas. So um yeah, documentary, I learned a lot, but it was interesting to go back into. I went back, so like after seeing Janet's Las Vegas residency, I'm trying to think if I did it before or after. But I went to Janet's Las Vegas residency. Also seen Michael Jackson one show again because that was just awesome and I needed to see it again. So yeah, I went to Vegas for that reason. Um, but I think somewhere around that time I had went back to listen to the albums as a whole instead of the Design of the Decade compilation, and then hearing the songs that's on the Rhythm Nation album as they are. Yeah, I love songs that's like 8 minutes. So when you get all the chorus and the drums and all the instrumentals in the song, I'm you know me, and I've mentioned this before. When these R&B artists do these 2 minute records, bring back the 9 minute, and if you're gonna drop a 2 minute version, drop the 2 minute single, but have the 9 minute version for us that like songs that are longer than 2 minutes. But yeah, I went back, listened to the Rhythm Nation project, found some records on there that I didn't hear before. Did the same thing with the Janet album. I'm up to the Velvet Rope, but fun fact or not fact, interesting story. Trying to think, like I went to see. I mean, I saw Janet at 106 in Park, when that was a thing, and she was there to promote the 20 years old album. I didn't get one because 75 copies for the audience, and people going people, and people got more than one copy, and there wasn't enough for some people in the audience, so didn't get my copy at the 106 in Park show, which is fine because I was able to get the copy with the cover that I wanted. But that's another story. But yeah, that's when I feel like I've seen Janet more than any other artist, and I still wish that I had got that front row seat at the Las Vegas residency because I was hoping to be one of the that get pulled up on stage because you know you know and I feel like that's on the bucket list to get pulled on stage by Janet Jackson. Who doesn't want that? So yeah, that's my little Janet Jackson art. I think Tamita Joe was the first Janet album that I bought because my sister had all of the previous ones. She had All For You. I still got to listen to All For You and Fall. So I bought Tamita Joe. I bought 20 years old. I'm so slipping on the names of these albums. It'll come to me after I'm editing this video. So the album that had Feedback on it, and Feedback was like I could remember when it premiered. I was in college, so you always catch me calling something sexy by saying, "Yeah, that's sexy, sexy, sexy." Um, and then yeah, Janet is just the legend that she is, and it's sad that it's taking all of these years for the story to be told and for us to get answers to things that we wondered this whole time, even the Super Bowl situation, and then the whole let's forget Justin because mm, as far as Justin is concerned, um, like I have no he's not canceled to me, but there are times if Justin comes up in shuffle that I will skip to the next song. So it's like it just I guess it depends on the day if I'm wanting to hear some Justin Timberlake, but he does have some great records that cannot be skipped. So yeah, and then I still want Justin Timberlake versus with Usher, and I kind of want to hear what a Justin Timberlake album sounds like today after what was Man of the Woods. Can he get it back? That's what I want to know. So if not, and I know Usher's probably the reason why we won't get this verses, but we can still hope for it. And speaking of verses, it is exciting to hear that there's going to be an Anthony Hamilton Music Soul Child versus because that is the perfect matchup.